Shifting News. Explore, feel, shift.
Hello everyone, welcome back to Shifting News. We are a brilliant channel on a distinct mission to showcase amazing videos and create wonderful shows from different places, cities, countries, and personalities that are shaping the way we live. This video is a 7-day tour traversing 3 countries from Kenya to Burundi through Tanzania. Watch this video until the end, since you will get tips on how to travel on a budget, what you need to carry with you as you traverse different countries, and much more. If you are visiting us for the first time, we warmly welcome you and ask you to subscribe and hit the notification bell to receive all new video updates. The African continent is a different world when it comes to travel. Some of the parts less traveled on this planet. Nature and culture come in vivid, vibrant colors that you aren't just seeing unlike anything you have ever seen before. I was fortunate enough to get a chance to embark on this spectacular 7-day trip of adventures from Nairobi, Kenya, down to Bujumbura in Burundi. The good news is that it is also possible to travel to Rwanda using this route. It is a trip that will leave you inspired and craving for more. Many individuals make the mistake of thinking that Africa is just another country full of third world people. A romantic view, if you ask me. The truth is that the continent is a mixture of culture, beauty, and wild places. The people are friendly and hospitable. While we were traveling, there were things to see, culture, and scenery unlike anything else I had ever seen before. Our recording for this trip officially starts at Ahero as we head to Migori by road. It is a smooth but at times bumpy ride, but well worth it. The scenery along the way is breathtaking, and you'll see dams, streams, and other amazing sights as you pass through the small towns. Enjoy the ride with us as we quickly make our way to Migori. You'll find out exactly what I mean about the roads as you watch this video. You will note construction activities still ongoing at the Ahero junction. You can use this junction to connect to Kisii, Migori, Homa Bay, Kericho, and Nairobi as you come from Kisumu. Traversing different parts of Kenya makes you admire the road network or infrastructure. As you drive from Ahero, headed to Sondu, the roads are smooth and you are welcomed to spectacular views of hills, buildings, rice plains, and more sceneries. These roads can make you have the urge to check the dictionary for the meaning of automatic drive. Okay, does an automatic drive mean eka kifungu, big ignition, and let the vehicle self-drive as you relax? This is where you feel like adjusting your seat and take a nap. But as a precaution, kindly adhere to all traffic rules. No syllabus will teach you to take a nap as the vehicle is moving, especially if you are the driver.
Shifting News. Explore, feel, shift. Shifting news. Explore, feel, shift.
Sondu is a lively town along this route to Kisii.
Shifting news. Explore, feel, shift.
And now, welcome to Kisii town, a town known for soapstone carvings and farming of bananas and indigenous vegetables, the so-called mboga za kienyeji.
Shifting news. Explore, feel, shift.
Being our first visit in Kisii, with all the ongoing constructions, we just happened to follow a wrong route, which was cutting across a market center. Unfortunately, we could not pass through the market. We had to go back. We followed Google Maps directions and alas, the main road was also closed since it's still under construction for some sections. We had to ask some boda guys at the barrier for directions. The rough road confused us again. It seemed to be heading nowhere. We inquired for directions 3 more separate times until we found one cool boda guy who told us to drive behind him. Surprisingly, this is the same route one of the truck drivers we had asked prior had warned us that the road was impassable. We finally recollected our way, thanks to that cool boda guy.
Well, it's starting to get a little bit darker, and we are not yet in Sirare.
It's time for a stop so that we can find out what makes a perfect watermelon pudding to pass our evening. Later in the day, we are greeted with this stunning African sunset as we drive. It's not every day you get to see something like this, and it really takes your breath away. They call it the Kenyan sunset, which is pretty cool yet true of other African countries as well. Our intention is to ensure we visit as many places as possible within the 7 days. The ultimate goal is to swim in the waters of Lake Tanganyika in Bujumbura. We arrived at Isibania at around 8 p.m. At this border, we had to clear with the immigration department. Before we proceeded, 2 of us had to go withdraw money from an M-Pesa agent. The other 2 guys had their funds in the bank, so they had to go to the bank ATM, the Kenyan side of course. All the fuel expenses had been sent to my phone number from the rest of the members. We did a rough estimate and decided to withdraw a good amount of money, about 42,000 Kenyan shillings, inclusive of my expenses. Kaka, mtabadilisha hela mpate za kitanzania? The M-Pesa guy asks us. I decided to exchange 22,000 Kenyan shillings to Tanzanian shillings. Apparently, we had a clue of the exchange rate was 19 Tanzanian shillings for every 1 Kenyan shilling. We began with the M-Pesa guy and he accepted to exchange at 21.7 Tanzanian shillings. Tukajua sisi tumepata deal poa sana. Little did we know this is a trap for us. He counted the money, he gave us to count before taking to recount and gave us the notes. We leave and my friend tells me we must follow the main road where there is light. Sio panya routes, especially when you have good amount of money. Remember to subscribe and hit the notification bell. I tucked the notes in my jacket and off we went to join our 2 other friends who are already waiting for us. To cross to Tanzania, you need your passport or apply for the temporary passport through the eCitizen portal. Ensure you have the yellow fever card, and during this period, you will need to undergo a rapid COVID-19 antigen test or proof of negative COVID test, which we normally say the PCR test, not older than 72 hours. You only get a go-ahead once you turn out negative. We had to undergo through the immigration procedures individually, starting with the Kenyan side, then headed to the Tanzanian side. We completed the procedures and our passports were stamped with exit from Kenya and entry to Tanzania. There is a procedure for the car where the owner has to present the proof of ownership and deposit the logbook with the customs department on the Kenyan side. Make sure your car has the COMESA insurance. You should make arrangements with your insurer prior to traveling. The whole process was completed at about 10 p.m. and we were ready to continue driving. Yes, you heard it right. For a road trip, we always have targets and we normally travel day and night. You are worried about fatigue? Have you heard me mentioning we had a designated driver? Ulitupea. Just remember we are 4 occupants in the car, not just mere passengers. Did we continue with the journey? Oh no. Our 2 friends decided to waste some of our golden time. They only had the Kenyan money. They needed now to exchange. Now, we happened to have talked to one guy at the border who was very friendly to us. He had directed us to the place where we needed to do the car clearance. Now we were already on the side of Tanzania and he was there to bid us bye and wish us well. He hears that our other friends need to exchange their valuable Kenyan shillings and offers to help. He then asked the 2 of us if we had exchanged our money at the M-Pesa shop he saw us at. Deep down within us, we knew we had gotten the deal of the year. We gave an affirmative response. Nyinyi mmeibiwa. He requests us to recount the money. We were hesitant since we perceived he was now the one who was going to con us. We collected the courage and decided to recount. My friend realized he was seeing 75,000 Tanzanian shillings, while I realized I was missing 8,000 Kenyan shillings and 190,000 Tanzanian shillings. Sasa kiburi yetu itakubali tusafiri kweli? Through the assistance of this cool guy, whom we call Nyangi, we stormed back to the M-Pesa shop. We had a long exchange of words, but they admitted and accepted to refund in the morning since their leader had already gone home with all the monies. Second day, 8:30 a.m., we get back all our monies, but they now had to revise their exchange rate to about 18.6 Tanzanian shillings for every 1 Kenyan shilling. Our journey to Mwanza began at about 10 a.m. Less traffic, I tell you, but in this land, you must observe speed limits to avoid getting into trouble with the authorities. We were comfortably recording the landscape, terrain and the hills, and now we come to this Kirumi Bridge. The bridge is heavily guarded and unfortunately the authorities deleted our immediate footage that we had covered up to this bridge. The bridge crosses River Mara. The source of River Mara is southwestern Mau Forest in Narok County in Kenya and drains into Lake Victoria at Musoma in Tanzania. The route to Mwanza traverses through the famous Serengeti National Park. It is largely known for its largest annual animal migration in the world of over 1.5 million blue wildebeest and 250,000 zebras. The migration is between Serengeti and Masai Mara in Kenya. It also has the largest lion population in Africa of over 3,000 lions. And of course, the park has the Big Five.
Shifting News. Explore, feel, shift.
We made a stop at the Mwabulugu Lake Shore to enjoy some sceneries of Lake Victoria. It's not a busy lakeside shore given that there is no food points here.
Shifting from Lake Victoria along the Serengeti line. Hope you enjoy the views and get to know more about Tanzania.
Throughout our journey, we are using Vodacom bundles to get connected since we could not afford to use roaming charges. Fortunately, we were lucky a good Samaritan registered the Vodacom line for us.
In Tanzania, you need a NIDA number to register for the Vodacom line. NIDA in full means National Identification Authority. When traveling to another country, be prepared to buy data for the network in that country for easy navigation and connectivity back at home.
Now we are back on the road. Remember, our destination is Mwanza. Now, let us rewind back kidogo. Ile story ya being conned. We did some inquiries from some locals. Those guys are very smart. Seems there is something they apply on their hands. The first time they counted the notes accurately and they were exactly what we needed. You are then given to count for yourself and you will surely confirm they are okay. Maybe one will be missing. But he will offer to recount na hapo ndo shida inakujia. This is what happens. They will fold each note into two. When they count, you won't notice that they are counting each note twice. They are so precise since it's a business they are used to.
Ni kama tu mama mboga ama baba mboga. They slice the kale accurately and very fast. I tried the same technique to slice the kale at such speeds. Wacha tu. That's a story for another day.
As a warning, be extra careful when exchanging your currency at the border points. If you must, then just exchange some small amounts to use until you get to the next town where you can get the bureau de change or bank halls.
Shifting news. Explore, feel, shift. Shifting news. Explore, feel, shift.
Welcome to Mwanza, famously known as the Rock City. There are many rock formations in this area, giving the city a unique topography. It is the capital of Mwanza region on the southern shore of Lake Victoria in northwestern Tanzania. It is located at Lake Victoria, where you can see the beautiful Bismarck rock in the water, which is Mwanza's famous landmark. Just look at the amazing buildings on the rocks. Look at how Mwanza is amazing at the shores of Lake Victoria.
Shifting News. Explore, feel, shift.
On day 2 of our trip, we arrived in Mwanza at around 3 p.m. We had ample time to look for a place to eat, then went ahead to get a guest house. We located a nice one immediately behind Rock City Mall. We toured the town for a while and retired to bed by 9 p.m. We were a bit tired and had to take rest since we needed to ensure we get to Burundi on the 3rd day. On the morning of the 3rd day, we decided to take a tour of Rock City Mall. This is the largest mall in Mwanza. Enjoy the views and remember to like this video, share, comment, subscribe and hit the notification bell to ensure you receive all updates of all new videos we upload.
Shifting news. Explore, feel, shift.
We left Mwanza at about 11:30 a.m.
Our destination is Burundi, though we do not know if they have strict rules at the border or whether you need a visa to enter the country.
Now, let me show you how it is easy to plan a road trip while on a budget. Number 1. Get into a group of like-minded friends. For us, we are about 6 friends who have been doing traveling each year for the last 7 years. Number 2. If one of you has a car, it adds the sweetness to the plans. I hope you do understand what I mean. Number 3. Select your destination for the trip. For us, we selected Bujumbura as our destination and the distance was estimated to about 3,000 kilometers when using the Migori Mwanza route. Number 4. Our estimated fuel cost was 40,000 Kenya shillings, which was divided amongst us who are traveling. Number 5. For food and accommodation, you do not need a lot. For 7 days, you can spend roughly 10,000 Kenya shillings. Number 6. We are all holders of a driving license, meaning no exhaustion, since we exchange, making it possible to travel day and night. Number 7. Remember to carry your clothing, enough for the traveling days, since it will be hard to get a day for washing. Carry extra shoes, toothbrush, toothpaste, petroleum jelly, earphones if you must, a power bank, and download the map of that region in advance. I hope those elements will help you in planning your next trip.
Shifting News. Explore, feel, shift.
There are two routes to the Kobero border. One uses the Busisi Ferry, while the other is via road, but longer. We decided to take the ferry option after we asked a certain guy who told us that it is in use and already told us that one has to pay at the ferry. So we paid 400 Tanzanian shillings for each of the 3 passengers and 6,000 for the car plus the driver to cross over.
Shifting News. Explore, feel, shift.
From afar, you can see that there is a bridge being constructed along this stretch. The late President John Magufuli laid the foundation stone along the Busisi Bridge, which is a 3.2-kilometer bridge. It will enhance the movement of people and goods, curb marine accidents, and promote trade in the region and connect Mwanza and Geita. It will be the longest bridge in East Africa. As you move along the road, ensure you refuel while at Geita as you head to Kobero. The stretch is very long and there are no petrol stations along the way until when you are almost getting to the border.
On our way to Kobero, We were flagged down for being at 50 kilometers per hour instead of 30 kilometers per hour. We had to be fined.
Now, when driving within Tanzania, 1. Observe all speed limits, especially near towns or cities. 2. Make sure you have all papers and safety items like full first aid kit, fire extinguisher, functional reflectors. 3. When stopped, always begin with a greeting. If you are the first one to greet a cop and say, "Kwema kaka" ama "Kwema dada," your day will be great as they will handle you pleasantly. Currency shock is real. Bills at first sight appear very huge and exaggerated. When your mind acclimatizes, they are just ordinary bills. We arrived at Kobero at about 10 p.m. Surprisingly, the border closes at 6 p.m. and opens at 8:30 a.m. We had to find a guest house to spend the night.
It's now a few minutes to midnight here where we are. We came from Mwanza and we were expecting to go up to Burundi, Bujumbura. But unfortunately, we arrived here late, I think about 10 p.m. And already the boundary to Burundi is closed. In most cases, it operates from 8:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. So we already found the boundary closed, so we could not manage to enter the country. Now, since the time is already late, we had to find a place to sleep so that we can organize to travel or traverse the boundary in the morning. And we are hoping everything will go smooth. We don't know if there are many restrictions, but we are hoping to sort them once we get there in the morning. And currently I'm seated, it's a guest house, and we had to find a room to sleep for the night before morning hours. And in most cases you'll find most of the rooms are equipped well, maybe having the bed and then you will have the beddings, the towel, and for this room you can see it is equipped with a table and a table chair, and you have a phone where you can call the reception if you need maybe something from them, maybe, or if your room is missing something, and where you can now place your phones or maybe your bags. So for this case, you see I have some travel bags. I need to check them well and maybe store them, which are having my equipment and the clothes, and the room is spacious, and there is the TV where you can watch some news in case
Shifting news.
you
Explore,
have less time,
feel,
and
shift.
a wardrobe where if you have time you can set there your things. Maybe you need to organize them in a good manner, and you are provided with an extension where you will need to charge your phone, and in case you miss anything, you'll be able to request from the reception, and they provide you with whatever you'll need.
Things to do in Kobero.
There are more class to do it.
Huh?
There are more class.
It's interesting when you are having a road tour, especially when you go with friends. Now you'll realize that along the way,
I'm about to die here.
you can have some games you play with your friends. It makes the tour enjoyable. So as you can witness here, my friends are here playing what we call game ya kadi. So this is now, they're doing this to pass time as they prepare to depart tomorrow to go to the border, at the border between Burundi and Tanzania. So the aim is to connect to Burundi and head to Bujumbura and have some scenic views at those places. And I'm sure you will have some videos of the places as they visit. Keep posted as we move on.
In the morning, we drove up to the border only to realize that one of us had lost his passport. We had to go back to the guest house. A search was made in his room. Then we offloaded everything in the car, but the passport was nowhere to be located. We had to check where we were served meals the previous night. Fortunately, it had dropped while we were eating. Our morale was boosted and we were now ready for Burundi. We went through the normal checking and we were surprised that there were no stringent measures that we had feared before. We had to undergo a mandatory COVID testing, which we paid $15 each. For the COVID test here, you must pay in dollars, no other option. At the immigration offices, before entering Burundi, I was fined 20,000 Tanzanian shillings for having a torn yellow fever card. So be careful and ensure your yellow fever card is intact. We were done by 3 p.m. We exchanged our money into Burundian mafaranga, purchased the Econet line, and off we started our journey. Burundi is a hilly country just like Rwanda when we are using the Uganda route from Ntungamo. From some chats we had with some locals here, only Scania and Mercedes trailer types can manage to maneuver the country's hilly landscape. Other types of trailers can be tricky to navigate in this hilly country. Remember, French is the national language in Burundi. They understand some Swahili and others can communicate in English. So be ready for the language barrier challenges. Kindly continue enjoying the views, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and continue supporting us. You are our true fans, and for those who have subscribed, we thank you and we feel humbled.
Shifting News. Explore, feel, shift. 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 Shifting News. Explore, feel, shift.
Our trip was 2,884.5 kilometers in total for those 7 days. Thank you for watching this video. Like it, comment, share, subscribe, and click the notification bell for all our new updates. See you in our next video.
Shifting News. Explore, feel, shift.